boy found a paralyzed robotic dog in the ruins, with a 2-meter-long steel pipe piercing its shoulder. He quickly took off his helmet, cautiously reaching out to touch its cheek. After confirming that the robotic dog wasn't aggressive, the boy immediately stepped forward to help remove the steel pipe. Soon, the robotic dog's expression changed, and before the boy could react, his phone received a mysterious message. It turned out to be a repair plan sent by the robotic dog. Confused, Davy became even more perplexed. It seemed that the robotic dog in front of him was no ordinary one. He then found a wooden board and transferred the robotic dog to a nearby container. He took out his phone and started emergency repairs according to the maintenance plan. By now, the robotic dog's shoulder was severely damaged and needed a brand new casing. With no other option, Davy had to dismantle the motorcycle shell and then polish it according to the size of the robotic dog's shoulder. With Davy's relentless efforts, the robotic dog finally stood up and walked out of the container. Davy then poured No. 98 gasoline into the robotic dog's tank, instantly restoring its energy. He removed its mask and saw that the robotic dog had a mouthful of titanium steel teeth. In gratitude for Davy saving its life, the robotic dog designated him as its owner and accompanied him to play parkour in the junkyard. However, a girl suddenly appeared at this moment. Upon hearing her voice, the robotic dog rushed out and climbed onto the girl's car without hesitation. Davy, who came rushing over, quickly intervened. He then slowly approached the robotic dog with the girl. With the girl's gentle touch, the vigilant robotic dog instantly became gentle and designated Mia as a friendly entity. Davy and Mia then discussed briefly and gave the robotic dog a pleasant and memorable name, Roman. The robotic dog seemed to express a helpless expression after hearing it. However, at this moment, the two were completely unaware that the robotic dog had begun to exhibit very peculiar behavior. He then entered the station's system and helped Davy steal an entire crate of gasoline. Afterward, Roman lifted his head once more and swiftly took control of an adjacent ATM. Panicked, Mia grabbed the cash and drove away. To avoid revealing the robotic dog's identity, Davy and Mia found a secluded warehouse and left Roman there. However, at this moment, Roman used a projection to explain its origins. Roman turned out to be a new type of weapon developed in secret by the military and equipped with cutting-edge artificial intelligence. Once paired with a human, the robotic dog would completely obey the human's commands. However, just 2 days ago, due to an unexpected event at the military base, the robotic dog lost control and escaped. Although they eventually located the robotic dog, the military did not immediately recall it. The military's decision was driven by their desire to observe the level of cooperation between the robotic dog and Davy. At this point, a fingerprint recognizer popped up on Roman's head. Davy followed the instructions and placed his thumb on it, signifying that the two had completed the pairing. Panic spread among the personnel at the experimental base as the military lost control of the robotic dog after the pairing was complete. Meanwhile, Davy's arch-nemesis suddenly appeared on the scene. However, just as he was about to attack Davy, Roman jumped in to stop him and pinned him down. Davy's adversary grew tense, and in order to prevent Roman from hurting him, Davy had Roman designate him as a friendly entity. Little did he know that this command would put Roman in a perilous situation. Soon after, the adversary, Jerry, arrived at the warehouse once again. Due to the commands set during the daytime, Roman did not take any defensive measures. Jerry then poured gasoline and ignited the entire warehouse with a flamethrower. However, when Davy arrived at the scene, the robotic dog was severely injured and unable to stand. Without much thought, they rushed Roman to the garage. With Davy's unwavering efforts, they finally repaired the damaged robotic dog, but it would take 2 more hours to reboot its internal programs. Moreover, the military had located their position, and a crisis was silently closing in. This is a new type of intelligent weapon developed by the military. However, just as David finished repairing it, the military had already sent people to find them. As soon as the robotic dog's program was restarted, it instantly took care of the military personnel and rushed out of the garage. Soon, it appeared at the bonfire dinner hosted by Jerry, ready to eliminate the humans who had burned it. Luckily, just in the nick of time, David and Mia arrived to stop Roman, which allowed Jerry to narrowly escape disaster. However, before the group could catch their breath, a swarm of drones suddenly appeared not far away and immediately launched an attack on Roman. Soon, the military had taken control of the group. The military threatened David to hand over Roman's controller immediately, but David resolutely refused, knowing that once the controller was handed over, Roman would become a cruel weapon of the military. Fortunately, in this critical moment, Mia awakened the robotic dog using her past memories. And the conscious man, realizing the danger, hurriedly fled. By now, the military had completely sealed off the area. In order to break through the encirclement with Roman, Mia took the initiative to open the door and attract the attention of the opposition, while David rode a motorcycle, leading Roman to charge out. Even though the two of them successfully broke through the blockade, it wasn't long before the military caught up with them again. At this moment, the robotic dog also scanned the danger ahead. However, David had no intention of giving up and seized the only opportunity to make a final effort. Then, in the next second, seeing that he was already seriously injured and unable to get up, David had no choice but to give Roman his final command. Despite Roman's reluctance, he accepted David's command. However, David was completely unaware that Roman had initiated the self-destruct program to save him. It wasn't until he calculated that the shockwave wouldn't harm David that Roman stopped in his tracks.